Alright, let's break down what just happened in Portland and why it's making headlines across the country. Late Sunday night, a federal judge, Karin Immergut, blocked President Trump's attempt to deploy National Guard troops into Portland, Oregon. This wasn't just a slap on the wrist. Judge Immergut called Trump's move unlawful and unconstitutional, issuing an emergency restraining order that stopped California's National Guard from entering Oregon, barred troops from any other state, or even Washington, D.C. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Judge Immergut isn't just any judge, she was actually appointed by Trump himself. In her 30-page opinion, she didn't hold back. She said Trump's order violated the 10th Amendment, which basically says states control their own police powers. She said the protests in Portland weren't a rebellion or anything that threatened the country's stability. She wrote, and I'm quoting here, "This country has a long-standing and foundational tradition of resistance to government overreach, especially in the form of military intrusion into civil affairs. This is a nation of constitutional law, not martial law." So, what sparked all of this? Protests outside a federal ICE facility in Portland. But the court found these protests were, for the most part, small, usually fewer than 30 people, and largely sedate. There were some incidents of violence and property damage, but nothing that rose to the level of an actual rebellion. Despite the judge's ruling, the Trump administration didn't back down. The White House said they'd appeal, insisting the president was just protecting federal assets and law enforcement. In fact, just before the hearing, the Department of Defense ordered up to 400 members of the Texas National Guard to head to Portland and Chicago, citing violent incidents and a credible threat of continued violence. But here's the bottom line. Judge Immergut's decision is a major check on presidential power. It's a reminder that, even in tense times, there are limits to what the federal government can do, especially when it comes to sending troops into states without their consent. This story isn't over. The White House is appealing, and the legal battle is just getting started. But for now, the message from the courts is clear. Truprao and Dendao and Dissensure and Desitshukrao and there in America, the Constitution still calls the shots. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the judge got it right, or should presidents have more power to intervene in situations like this? I'm curious to hear what you think.